How's it going, guys? Today we're going to be doing a VOD review of URTeeth, or URTeeth. He's going to be playing Moira 2780, so that's Platinum on Oasis. It's on the PS4. So we'll see how things go. So Moira is a really strong healer. She has a lot of survivability, and she can heal a lot of. She can heal a very large health pool.
Really nice in this game right now.
So.
Junkrat, switch to DPS, buddy. Junkrat is a DPS. What are you talking about? Yeah, that's true. But...
So, out of the gate here, you want to use your shift just like straight up because it only has a 4-second cooldown anyway. But also you'll get to the point faster and you'll be able to throw out like your. Sorry. You should use your dash ability here. I forget you're not on PC, so that's why I said shift. But you use your dash ability here straight out the gate because you'll be able to get to the point quicker, and you'll be able to throw out a damage orb and build a little bit of ult charge early on against their team as they're arriving. Okay, so you're playing this alright. Okay. Alright, you're playing this well. Your team's gonna win this. Yeah, you played that well. The major issue in that fight where your orbs were lackluster. You shouldn't be afraid to use them like consistently because I don't know, the cooldown's not that bad. So don't be afraid to use your orbs for damage because you'll build ult charge. Okay, so right now your team's just playing for spam. See again right here, you shouldn't have used that because your team doesn't need any health. You should only use that when it's like mid-fight and your team is you know, taking damage or whatever. But when you're just like in the spam game or whatever, you should just be throwing your damage orb out there and trying to build your ult because you can actually just get it so quickly. You can get coalescence in like pretty much every fight, so it becomes a pretty spammable ability.
Oh shit! Yes! Dude, I froze him above my ice wall! I can't believe that happened. That was the coolest thing.
Wait, what happened?
I froze him and he got stuck in my fucking ice wall.
Alright, so good job.
Stuck in your ice wall? What do you mean?
Like, you know what I mean?
So again, you want to be using that for damage, but I'll stop saying that now because I hope you've got the message. Make more efficient use of your second ability.
Fucking, cause I was like, alright, I'm good, I'm out of here.
So like that was pretty good, I guess, but you could have just left clicked them there. You know what I mean? You should hold your left click more. You don't need to tap it. Just hold it in situations like this when you have a decent amount of health to heal. Okay, that was a nice dodge there.
Soldier going top left.
You should have hid there.
Oh, what the fuck was that? I didn't even realize he was ulting.
What even happened? Oh my god.
You almost have another coalescence here.
The entire team just used basically all their ults. They used Sombra, they used Diva, they used...
You could be playing Moira a little bit more aggressively because she has so much mobility with her dash. You should be playing for like some spam damage here and trying to build coalescence for this fight.
I'm out. I'm already back with the team, bud. Sombra was behind me. Alright, Zarya, you're good to go. Do that a match.
So like right here, you should honestly just use your coalescence. Like throw your damage orb out or your healing orb and just use coalescence here. you're doing so much damage right now.
Fuck off. I hate when Sombra hacks Lucio because I can't switch to speed.
Okay, so this fight, you should have used pretty much. I think your biggest issue on Moira right now is you're being a little too sparing with your abilities when you could be doing, you know, more spam and just building your ult really quickly. Like after this diva got demeched, you should have probably used Coalescence and like helped your teammate down under, or just like pushed and done something with it, you know? Your team starts losing picks now though. So, after you see your team has... Oop, whoops. What did I just do? After you see your team has lost picks right here, you should not be using your Coalescence. You should just save it for the next fight and then go from there. But early on, you should have used Coalescence in this fight because your team had an advantage. So using your Coalescence here was not good. Even though it actually, you did a lot of damage and got a pick, it still wasn't good because it's not a winnable fight for you. At least it shouldn't be.
Fuck off. I hate when Sombra hacks Lucio because I can't switch to speed. Yeah, that sucks. Diva while she's behind the wall. Oh. Diva's out of mech.
So look how much ult charge you already have. You have 50%. You just used your ult last fight. You know, I just do more spam and don't be afraid to use your ultimate pretty sparingly in fights. You guys kept the point, so now they're gonna be pressured to get onto it. Okay, you were.
Broke it down right when he ulted.
Alright. Overall, you played that pretty okay, but I already went over what you should change. So, let's keep on going here.
I will show you the guy.
You're not sure. I'm just saying because she switched to like self-healing tank.
Again, use your dash to get to the point quicker. Your team is going a weird direction here. Okay, looks like you're all gonna try to converge on the point, I guess.
Yeah, I just booped their whole team. Guys, where are you? I'm coming. I love booping fucking Reinhardts. I don't know
There
why.
you go. I believed in you, Junkrat.
I'm hot. Fuck their Sombra.
You're doing good so far. Yeah, okay, so you played that pretty well. Your team had a weird rollout. They ended up like on the enemy team's side of the map for some reason. But overall, I think we played that pretty well. You almost have your ult, so that's a good indicator that you did well in a fight.
Bitch. Play a better Sombra next time and then maybe I won't kill you.
Alright. So now you have Coalescence. So, yep. See, that's perfect. That's exactly what you want to do right there. Like, don't be afraid to use it, because more times than not, you're gonna get something out of it. And you don't really lose much from not having it. Ooh.
I couldn't speed boost out of that because I was fucking hacked. Alright, well, let's just regroup.
That was a good try to get away from that diva bomb.
Funk, no!
But, you know.
Jinx Moira. Let's wait for our soldier, guys. Might as well go in with all six. And I'll speed boost us there.
Which way are we going? Let's go down.
Let's go down, yeah.
Alright, we're going
I
junk.
guess.
Don't go all the way down though. I'm gonna go right here.
We're going here. Almost have
Okay, you guys are pushing through the building here.
point and ult. Everyone jump on point and I'm gonna ult. 5, 4, 3, 2, 1.
Okay, so your teammate said he was going to use sound barrier there, so it probably would have been better to run a damage orb. See if you can build ult that way. You guys managed to get the cap.
Shut up there. Oh my god.
Hi, Diva. Boot master it.
Self-proclaimed boop master.
Yeah, so there wasn't much to say about that fight. I mean, you guys got a pick early on, and your team just sort of slowly eliminated them one by one. Their Pharaoh used Barrage, but I don't know, you played that well. Make sure you're listening to audio cues a lot, right? So, in this fight, there are two things I noticed, right? A little bit earlier. When you hear that Justice rains from above, you should be turning around and trying to find her immediately. Like, drop what you're doing and try to see where she is. Because if she's shooting at you, you'll be able to use your dash and escape her. And if she's not, you'll be able to do, like, that key amount of damage to kill her and save your teammates. And another thing is, right there, you can hear the Reinhardt do his line for charging, or his little voice thing. So you should have been turning around, knowing that you guys don't have a Rein. You should have been able to turn around off that and try to find him. Which I think you end up doing, but I'm not sure if that was for the audio cue or not. But what I'm getting at is use your audio cues to your advantage. Like, you know, be listening out for stuff, and that's pretty much it. So right now, honestly, you almost have your ult. You should be expecting like a Sombra ult, and you should play separate from your team. Oh, well, she's dead, so now it doesn't matter. But next fight, you should probably expect a Sombra ult to come out at some point. So if you can avoid getting EMP'd, it could be massive. Ooh. That was just sort of a lack of movement there, but looks like your team's gonna win this anyway.
Why would you go for him? Okay, wait, there's no more.
Oh. Are they gonna touch? Nope. Alright, so all in all, you did pretty okay with heals, but you need to make more effective use of your mobility and your orbs on Moira. Using it for damage is something that you should be doing pretty often, because like I said, it's not until the mid-fight where like healing orbs are like a big deal, because they can heal just for so much. So just use your little use your orbs for damage early on. Try to build your ult, and then don't be afraid to pop your ult like near the beginning of a team fight, because it's a spammable ult. Like, you get it very quickly. So if you die with it, or if you don't get anything with it, it's not always like the biggest deal. It's just, you know. But overall, very good. I hope you learned something. Thank you for watching.